The 30th of October is the highlight in the calendar in Chambord, and the local huntsmen are busy warming up. In the nearby chapel, a special mass is being prepared to celebrate the start of the hunting season.
And that's where you go down.
The ceremony pays homage to Hubert. He was a 7th century saint who one day went hunting and saw a cross between the antlers of a deer.
Chambord is synonymous with hunting. Saint Hubert is our patron saint. It's good to celebrate here.
Horns are still blown in Chambord today, a hangover of the Great Era when the kings of France made the forests and fields of the Sologne region their main hunting ground. Pierre Charpentier has been forestry ranger in Chambord for 15 years and is also head of the local bugle school. He's never without his instrument and loves to come out to savour the dying moments of each season.
This is the last glow of the forest before winter. You have to come and enjoy it. The light is softer and less overwhelming than in summer. What I love the most is this warm colour of the autumn.
During the autumn months, the Sologne wears a flamboyant coat of gold and orange. This region is largely former marshland. Its 5,000 square kilometres are now dotted with forest-lined ponds and lakes, entirely man-made. Wood is the main source of income for locals here.
Keep the top for me, please.
Alain comes to the forest to buy twisted oak trees. He's one of the few remaining craftsmen who knows how to work this particular timber.
It's crooked, but it suits me very well indeed. We've always worked with twisted wood. While all the beautiful wood was reserved for castles, we took the twisted wood to make half-timber frames. Nowadays, this beam would just be thrown in the bin or on the fire, but we used it and it has stood the test of time.
In his sawmill, Alan straightens the twisted trunks a little, but always respects the grain of the wood.
This is twisted wood, but look what we've done with it.
The only way to put the whole thing together is with the help of mortises, pegs and a plumb line.
Normally it should fit.
Each piece has its own characteristic and place in the timber frame. This barn was built by Alain 3 years ago. The materials are all new, but the construction methods date back centuries.
We used wood and brick because we had wood and the earth to hand. We've built it to last another 200 years.
Nothing in these forests goes to waste. Christopher is one of the last remaining producers of natural fencing in the region. His main material is this giant heather.
It's a material that grows in very poor clayey soils. We use this shrub to make fences, walls, roofs, and the walls of a hideout.
After being cut, the bracken carpet is stitched together on this old machine. The young craftsman is very proud of the finished product.
It's 5 or 6 centimetres thick, you can't see through it. It will last for 15 or 20 years.
Just a few centuries ago, the woodland around here was still very inhabited. Lumberjacks, woodcutters and apple pickers all lived here in little houses such as this one.
Come and see how comfortable our little wolf's lair is.
Tradition says locals here are descendants of poachers.
Here we're deep inside a so-called wolf's lair. It's a collier's hut and inevitably used by poachers. Lots of people lived in these for at least 9 months of the year, if not 12. During the war, there were still some wolves' lairs, even in Chambord.
Today, there are no poachers in sight, only a gamekeeper who keeps a watchful eye over the forest and its wildlife.
That's a lovely flight of ducks. This is where the boars have all kicked up the earth. The best thing about being a gamekeeper is that there are a few boars on my patch that I can hunt.
His job entails managing the forest, selling wood and draining the ponds.
It's also my job to come tomorrow with my chainsaw and cut this tree that's fallen down in the rain.
Julien also ensures that the animals are left in peace and quiet. His main problem is no longer poachers, but mushroom pickers.
People walking in, breaking twigs, collecting mushrooms and leaving their scent here, that scares off the animals and it will take them a bit of time to come back.
For locals who live and work in the Sologne, respecting the wildlife and conserving the rich history of this land is both a passion and a duty.